Ah, scared you, didn't I? It's been a while since I've done a video. Making this video to tell you where I've been, also to reiterate some stuff that I took down from the other video. So, without a further ado, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Yes, I have tan lines, and that's a part of where I've been and shit. So, also, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm just wearing a Puerto Rican hat. Fuck with it. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's start this off back in August, probably. That's where most of this shit started. So a couple of probably like I think a couple weeks after I uploaded my last real video on this channel, besides the streams and the VOD that's 6 hours of me playing MGS3. So for those of you who don't know, one of my first videos on this channel that I really talked in was my experience with YouTubing girls, and that was interesting video to say the least, and made me a little bit more comfortable talking to you guys about stuff. So it's gonna be kind of like in that style, that video. So if you don't want that, then I would click off. But if you want to hear 16, 15 year olds problems, then go ahead. You know. But yeah. So what I would say is that around August, my ex girlfriend, the one that I was mentioning in that first video that I was pretty happy about, she started talking to me again, and it was a whole different thing. I'm not gonna lie. That was a point in my life that I'm not very proud of. I have a Google Doc like that has all this shit on it. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. So when I last uploaded my video 9 months ago, now it's more like 10 months ago. Um, a lot has happened since then. So a lot of it sucked. A lot of it is great. We'll get to that part. It's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna start back in August. All right, so that's like around the time that I kind of took a break from YouTube. If it looks like I'm reading off a script, it's because I am. Being so for real with you. First time I've ever scripted a video, by the way. So back in August, it kind of sucked because my ex started randomly talking to me out of nowhere. Like I had mentioned before, the football season was starting. School came back. Spending a lot of time playing video games. And one of the games I actually enjoyed playing and I have fond memories of was Resident Evil 4. You know, it felt like video games were finally getting interesting again because for a while I was not interested in video games, like at all. Sorry, I'm making weird faces. My braces are freaking cutting up my lip. um, so then in September, my ex ended up ghosting me and stopped talking to me and started talking to one of my friends instead, which I think is wild. But it is what it is. You can't be hung up on the past. But he basically trolled her, and it's honestly pretty funny looking back on it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, something that also started happening was that I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I started talking to a lot of girls and doing stuff that I think I shouldn't have been. Nothing super crazy, but just yeah. I don't really know how to get into detail with that without making me sound like that, but just know that I was doing what high school boys do. Not sex, but the other stuff. Yeah. Um but that didn't last very long. Probably by the end of November I stopped doing all that stuff. Around the same time I got into Dexter, really into Dexter, and I was playing Madden and college football and I'd be watching Dexter on my phone. It's a good ass show, I'm not gonna lie. By October football season had completely ended. Good thing was that I got back in touch with a lot of my friends. Bad thing was football was gone and suddenly I had a lot of free time. Starting to feel pretty lonely and kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie, and lost. Around the same time, my school's bowling team unfortunately cut me because it's super competitive. Wasn't the end of the world, but definitely wasn't the result I was hoping for. It's pretty sad. Just trying to find another sport right after because I suck at basketball. But November came and completely changed a lot of things. Should have rewrote this a lot better. I got into it. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid. It's gonna sound dramatic, but that shit really made me want to play video games again. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I played through the Master Collection, and holy shit, dude! Oh my god. Sorry, my back's killing me. By the way, I'm really sunburned. Like I'm looking at OBS right here. Yeah. Okay. Well, back to reading this. Yeah, I got back into video games, and like I also went to a Rage Against the Machine concerts. Rage Against the Machine concert, which is awesome because it got me interested in music again. I'll touch around this later. Around the same time, I played in a school event, like an open house. Since I go to a private school, they're trying to sell kids on coming, and the way you get the kids to come is by selling the parents on the school. So yeah, we got to play this really cool like set with a bunch of guys. I had no clue even went to my school, but I'd seen around once I actually kind of like realized who they were, and I ended up getting invited to a super cool club. Yeah, it makes me sound like I just ganged the fucking I just joined the KKK. November was definitely one of the best months of the year. Then December kept the momentum going. I beat MGS2, started 3, went and got my gym downstairs for Christmas as me and my dad had been emptying it out for so long. I got invited to join a band. At the time I didn't know this, but music was going to become a very big part of my life again because it used to be when I was in school. But during the winter months, I was playing in pep band in the basketball games, and it was so much fun. Like I'm looking back on it now, and it's already like almost close to the end of July, and I'm just like, man, I miss those days. Those are so fun. January was pretty solid too. I just finished Metal Gear Solid 3, and that's when I streamed it with you guys, with you fellas, and one woman. Just a joke I've been making since day one. I got invited to join the National Honor Society. I started talking to girls again after being single for a while. Doesn't mean I got in a relationship right away though. Then February rolled around, and took a little break from videos. So yeah, I stopped making YouTube videos. Really, all that I could really say about that. I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. I also took a break from video games for a little while. All I played was Metal Gear Solid 4. Most of my time was going towards band practice, and on top of that, I started playing lacrosse. Now, this is an interesting story. Okay, at my school, lacrosse is a pretty new sport. It's not some you can see the poles in the back right here, but it's not like the biggest deal at my school. But I was looking for something to play during spring, and I had a friend that had been playing lacrosse for a little while, and I was like, "Hey, dude, like, is it fun? Do you have fun?" He's like, "Hell yeah, it's fun." So I was like, "Fuck it, let me try it," and I ended up loving it. I played defensive pole and LSM, so bah, fucking see me at Yale next year. No, but it was definitely a lot of fun. It was one of those moments where like, damn, I wish I had done this a lot sooner, which I do. I still do. I wish I had done this freshman year. Um, but yeah, I ended up loving it a lot. It's becoming one of the biggest changes of the whole year, and I fucking loved it. Then we go into March, and March was fucking huge. It was fucking ginormous. Let's start off with March 10th. This random girl added me back on Snapchat. And I don't remember her at first. I'm like, who the fuck is this girl? Do I know her? Didn't recognize the name. Didn't recognize the school that she went to. Nothing. So I just talked to her, and ironically, I was just about to go to lacrosse practice when this girl adds me. I think I have these screenshot. And by the way, I was like talking to like 4 different girls at the time. So this one girl adds me back, and I'm like, who is this one? And what I had forgot to mention was in January, like during those pep band shit, I got back on Snapchat for other reasons other than talking to girls. I won't get into that here, but it was for other reasons to communicate with friends that needed my communication. But what's interesting about this girl is that I don't want to spoil anything, but she becomes my girlfriend. And I mean, this is the best girlfriend I've ever had. Only speaking of experience of one other one, but hey, I give her the best girlfriend I've ever had. So at the time, I had no idea that this was my girlfriend. So I was just texting her, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And she asked me all like, the getting to know you questions and all that stuff. So then 3 days later, I turned 16, and I go downtown to a music competition for my class and or for my like after school club. And we ended up doing pretty well in the competition. I don't remember exactly what we did, but we were like the top five. Um, then later on in March, I went with my first date with that girl. I'm not. I don't. I'll ask her one day if she wants to be named here, but my girlfriend at the time was still just the girl I was talking to. So somehow, things actually went well on that date. We ended up, going on in another one, and that leads us into April. So on April 9th, I got my braces. So yeah, so much fun. Not exactly the most exciting thing, but hey, it's something. Then April 11th. This was a big day for me. Went to see Scream 7. Movie review coming out. No, I'm just playing with you. The movie's so fucking ass. I couldn't even tell you what the movie was about. Then I got Olive Garden. By that point, me and this girl have been calling for fucking every night for weeks, and we were like, in that whole honeymoon phase. So that day, I decided to ask her. She wanted to be my girlfriend. And unbelievably, she said yes. I can't fucking believe it, but hey. After that, things kept getting better. I started going out on more dates with my girlfriend, spending more time together. We got closer. Same time, lacrosse season was in full swing, so now we're getting like games every weekend, and it's awesome. For the first time in a long time, everything felt like it was clicking. I was just having fun. I was so fucking happy. Then May came around. School's finally wrapping out. And, it's a huge relief because you got finals. Spent a lot of time with my girlfriend again. We keep doing the same stuff. But at the same time, lacrosse became a huge part of my life because I started something new and it turned out to be a sport that I genuinely love. And I'll continue on later and you're going to, understand why I keep emphasizing on lacrosse. I wanted to play more and I just kept wanting to improve. And I never felt this way about anything else, other than guitar. So one of the coolest things that happened was I got invited to play at a lacrosse tournament in my entire area would be competing. So yeah, we didn't win anything obviously because I'm just started, man. Like half our squad just started, so it's not even gonna be close to that. But it was still fun. Also towards the end of May, I played a game called Heavy Rain, which is another game that I consider is freaking it's peak. It's peak. If you've never played it, you should play it. I thought something was going on in the back. Heavy Rain was a lot of fun. Got me back into gaming over the course of the month. By this point, I also have felt completely different than August because, damn, I was just in a completely different zone. You know what I mean? I was enjoying life and wasn't as sad and lost. So then June comes around. This is going off script because the script was written a while ago, back in May, and whatever reason, want to redo this video because I think there's more to add. So June comes around, and pretty much the same. Hanging out with my girlfriend. I went to the lacrosse tournament. We did pretty good, like I said. We didn't win anything, but yeah. Then something interesting happens in June. Very interesting. I have football workouts, and I'm not really digging them anymore. I'm gonna be really blunt with you guys. I'm not the best at football. Um, the guy that's ahead of me is number two in the state, number no number one in the state, number two in the country at the defensive edge position, which is what I play. There's no way in hell I'm gonna start over him, and I didn't start JV year or freshman year, so I was just really I don't know. I didn't know if I want to keep going, and I still don't know. I'm on the fence. I know that I've sunk a lot of time into football and I can't just give up now, but the thing is too is I'm unhappy. It's just not happy. I've gone to lacrosse practices. I've had fun there and I know what it's like to have fun in a sport now. Didn't realize I wasn't before, but apparently I wasn't. But besides the melodramatic stuff, I started getting into the World Cup and got back into what I liked about soccer because I liked soccer when I was a lot younger, not so much in the more recent times because when I got into football, I kind of like, just a random ass noise, sorry. Kind of like, was like, oh, that's icky. I don't like football. I don't like European football. I like American football. But yeah, it was kind of cringy. Um, but yeah, so I was thinking about quitting football, and it got to the point where I think I almost did, and I think I have now, but in June, it was really rough. I wasn't going to be playing the same position anymore. I wasn't even going to be starting at the other position, and it was just not, I wasn't having a good time. So June was kind of the rockier month. July, I went to Puerto Rico the first couple days, so that's why I have the PR hat. I was there for a good amount of time. It was beautiful. I love the what did I say country? Sorry, I love the island. Love the island. It's a beautiful island. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I love it. It's awesome. Uh, ethnicity reveal at 2,000 subscribers. So yeah, no. And then you know, July's been pretty good to me so far. I've been hanging out with my girlfriend. Been practicing lacrosse. Going to go tomorrow. Actually, I should be going to sleep pretty soon, but tomorrow I got some lifting for lacrosse. Ah. Oh, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2 dropped. That's exciting. How many hours do I have on this game already? 34 hours. Unless I read that wrong. Don't quote me. So yeah, that's where I've been. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the Lego Star Wars shit, ooh, that's rough. I don't think that's gonna ever come back, fellas. That game was fun for like a stream or two, but damn, I tried to get myself to edit the other video. That shit was hard. The thing was like a fucking 2 hour long video, edited. 3 hours without my editing. So if you really want me to play Lego Star Wars, then I'll fucking you gotta let me know. Otherwise, that shit's never coming back. No. No, 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 no. So, that's what has been going on, fellas, in the last 11 months. Hope this was informative, helpful, and all the other shit. And also, this isn't like saying I'm gonna retire from this channel or stop uploading this channel. Just keep in mind that this is just what's my life is right now because I'm in high school. I have a feeling once I get into college that I will have a little bit more free time. Also, I don't have a job this summer. It's the worst part of the summer. No job. So many good games, but no money. So many good games, but no money. So many good games, but no money. My Cash App will be in the description down below. Joking. End video. Like Luke MC. Motherfucker. Boom.